Hello everyone. Today's video is going to focus on Powers basketball for the playing season 2021-2022. So if you would, grab your winter sports catalog or pull out the online catalog off the website and follow along. First thing I'm going to do is let's turn to page either 9 or 19. It's the specifications for basketball, 9 being on the back of the men's and 19 on the back of the women's. They're the same essentially. So let's look at that real quick. All right, first thing we want to look at up here on the upper left-hand column are minimums and turn times. So minimums, one-piece minimum on fully sublimated product, so that's not changed. Turn time right now says per the delivery schedule, we're quoting 4 to 5 weeks. I know I've been talking to you about a quicker turn time. Last year at this time, we were down the path with a system that could allow us to turn sublimated basketball much faster. Unfortunately, the pandemic hit, the rug got pulled out from underneath us, so we're kind of starting over again. But once we're able to announce that, we'll roll out what we're trying to do a little bit faster in terms of turn time on fully sublimated product. All right? Okay. Alterations. That's the other thing we want to look at here. And I'll talk about the new fit that we implemented a couple of years ago throughout the catalog. We'll talk about it in a second. But jerseys, there's no alterations. But on the shorts, it's a standard 9-inch inseam on guys or gals. We can go plus 2 inches for an additional $1.50 dealer cost or $3 list. Or I can go -1 or -2 on most of the styles. On this men's side, we've listed which styles that doesn't allow. And the reason is, depending on the sublimation design, it just won't allow for a shorter inseam. As we develop new styles going forward, we really want to keep that in mind so that we can shorten the inseam up for those that want a shorter inseam, and we recognize that's the trend and that's where it's going. Okay, pricing. Where the rubber really hits the road here in terms of pricing, jersey pricing, style pricing includes, as you see the pricing in the catalog, team name, numbers front and back, and one logo. Years past, we used to say, hey, all of the letter fonts had to be over here on page 10 or page 20. It doesn't have to be. It has to be one of these number fonts, but if one of these letter fonts works, great. If you've got a special team name that requires a unique letter font, just send us the vector art, and that's no problem, no additional upcharge. Same thing for shorts. Style pricing includes 1 or 2 logos in whatever location is set up for logos on the shorts. So one-stop shopping, one price fits all based on fabric, okay? All right, bottom of page 10, fabrics. So we got a new one we want to talk about real quick. 28 material, brand new into the line. This is 100% polyester. It's extremely lightweight. It has a real flat finish. We have stretch in 4 directions here. This is the lightest basketball fabric we've introduced. 4.1 ounce per square yard. By comparison, 308 and 08 are 5.5 ounces. So a really lightweight, 100% polyester material, new to the line. It replaces 08 fabric. 98 fabric, 308's the next one down, and then 98, of course, those are carryover styles. 308 being our ice mesh, as I mentioned, 5.5 ounce per square, and then 98 is the Pointel mesh, 92% poly, 8% spandex at 6.5 ounce. So 28 is new to the line. It replaces 08. Now somebody's going to say, hey, Scott, what do I do if I want to fill in on my 08? No problem. You can certainly fill in on your 08 fabric, use last year's catalog and last year's pricing, and probably you're going to want to use last year's style number as well to match with the Novo fit. And we'll talk about just in a second. We've changed everything over to the new fits. Okay, so 28, 308, 98 available in the catalog. The pricing scenario, as you look at it in the catalog, is going to be 28. Not only is our lightest fabric, it's now the most value priced. So in terms of the price scale, 28. Then 308, then 98, all right? Okay, new styles. So on the men's side, page 2. As I mentioned, every new style in the line is going to be in our new fit that we introduced in 2019. So several of you will remember the Marquette style 121. Obviously now that style number has changed. If you need to fill on that, still use the old style number to get the Novo fit. But now we're using the entire line is now the new fits. On the men's side, narrower shoulder strap, slightly larger neck hole opening, slightly larger armhole opening, and the short has a much shorter rise. So new fits throughout. All right, the two new designs, two new silhouettes. Okay, PK Powers Basketball 516 JM Jersey men's and 517 SM short men's. The new style is going to feature a 1/2 inch V-neck and 1/2 inch armhole trim. The way we have these set up is they can be two different colors. And then the side of the jersey features a series of horizontal stripes. The outside two are connected together, so they must be the same color, and the center can be a third contrasting color. All right? So new style jersey, 516 JM. The short really does something kind of different. It doesn't necessarily match that. We feature now 3 vertical stripes down the side with a matching or a spot for a logo below the stripe. Gripper elastic waist with the draw cord, and then as I mentioned, you can see a much shorter rise than the old Novo fit that we used to have. So 517 SM new short. Right? The other new men's style, PK 514 JM, same thing here. 1/2 inch neck and armhole trim. They are set up to be different colors if you'd like. And then down the side, we feature 2 vertical stripes, the front one being a little more narrow than the back stripe. So a neat look here. And then the short, this one matches up nicely to the jersey where it follows down the side, and then the stripes actually go across the front legs, leaving the back open, and then a spot for a logo behind those stripes, as you can see. So new design style, 515 SM. Okay, over then on page 12, we'll look at the 2 new women's styles. And as I mentioned on the guys, all of the designs throughout, or styles throughout the catalog, are in the new fit. So on the gal side, same thing. A little wider or a little larger neck hole opening, a little larger armhole, and then the short, we shorten the rise, and then the circumference around the leg, we actually reduce a little bit. So this was new in 2019. We perpetuate that now going throughout the line. So new styles, PK 516 JW Jersey women's and 517 SW short women's. These mirror what we did on the guy's side, but obviously in gal's cut. So the jersey, 1/2 inch neck trim, but we went hemmed armhole here. And then the same thing that you just saw, horizontal stripes with the outside 2 being connected and the center being a contrasting color. They obviously get wider as they go down the bottom. The short then matches up, same thing, 2 or 3 vertical stripes down the side, and a spot for a logo below. And then the last 2 new styles, PK 514 JW and 515 SW. Again, 1/2 inch neck trim, hemmed armhole, and then those same 2 vertical stripes down the side, front being a little more narrow than the back. And then the short matches it like you saw on the guy's side, with the stripes coming down, matching up at the waist, and then coming around and going around the front of the short, a spot for a nice logo. Okay? All right, so as you can see, in basketball, we have a new fabric, to recap, 28 fabric, the lightest one we've ever introduced, the best pricing we've ever introduced for basketball, so 28, 308, and 98 following the scale, and then throughout the basketball line, we're featuring the entire line is now the new fit. Okay, so we've moved ahead with that. All right, after you've had a chance to look at the catalog and review the video, if you have further questions, contact your Power sales agent or our customer service department. Thank you very much.